find someone you can love like crazy and who'll love you the same way back.
Welcome back to the Jin's Treasure. And today I want to pick up where I left off yesterday, which is the video where I showed how to do this, what I call a triple wrap style or design. And the only thing that I did off camera, pretty simple. I just wrapped and twined the two ends together. So as I left off the video, it was looking like this. And what I did is I brought together the 18 gauge wires just together at that top point, and then with the 24 gauge wires, I just wrap them into each other. And that was, I did this just as like a placeholder, just to hold it together. Nothing too significant. And then what I came up with was this teardrop shape, which would be perfect for like a little gem to just get tucked right in there. So that's what I'm gonna do is with this hematite, nice flattish but also round shape hematite, is kind of the perfect shape and size to fit inside. So that's what we're gonna do. And in that last video, I showed you just real quick this design. And it actually worked out perfectly for me to have a little bit of gap here. That way, when I start throwing on the rest of the 20 gauge wire to start going across, I don't have to worry about wrapping this because it's already been done. And with that, let's get into it. So we're gonna start just like how I had it, with the one band going across, and then it's just gonna continue to weave. So as you can see, this right here, that's where the 20 gauge wire is finished. So that's what I mean, is that's where we're gonna pick up. And just start wrapping and weaving. And if you saw the last video, then you'll know what I'm about to say is just some friendly advice to keep in mind not to pull too tight on these wraps, because if you do, it's gonna, there is such a thing as too tight, and it actually, it moves these in such a way that it kind of like chokes it into a bottleneck that looks awkward when you finish. So you just want to focus on being smooth with it. And then, so for the other side, the wire, it ends right there. So we're gonna tuck this through. And then just continue on. Weaving. So I have this kind of awkward part that just goes across, but I think that once I tuck the crystal in, it's not gonna look so awkward. It'll actually be kind of hidden, so I'm not so worried about it. So we want to keep it symmetrical, right? So if I have 3 here, then I want to have 3 here, which I actually have 4, so I'll do 1 more here. Will I? Actually, yeah, I'll just do 1 across. And then it goes across to the other side. So then there's that bar right in the middle, and from there, that's where I'll tuck in the hematite, and then on the back side, have another bar going across, just the same way. So I'm kind of wrestling the wire because it's a tight squeeze between the hematite crystal and the outer copper wire frame. But I do want to make sure that it's all aligned. Which I just got it. Okay. And then from there, and the crystal I could actually feel is loose enough that I'm just gonna take it out and I'll be able to tuck it back in. This will just give me the space that I need to do some more work. And I think what I'll do is 3 more, and then I'll get ready to swing it. So I'll switch to the other side and do 3 more weaves. And that looks like 1, 2, 3, and then I'll tuck the crystal back in. Now we're ready to swing those 20 gauge wires across once more. And then I weaved it through once more after, just to keep it secure. And now I'm going to switch to the other side. There we go. So now it's all looking nice and smooth. And then with this tip of the teardrop gap up top, it gives me plenty of room to continue the weave without issues of squeezing it between the crystal. towards the end of the wire, it's getting just a little tricky to work with just my fingers, so that's where I'll use the pliers for the finish. And then I'll just massage that tip in there. And tuck it in, so that way it's not poking out. There we go. Then for the other side, and then we'll get to the last part, which is the little loophole for the necklace to go through. So for this part, I actually have just a little bit too much wire, so I'll just clip that and then tuck in the tip. Boom. All right, and then for these two 20 gauge wires, which were part of the original, I'm gonna do just the same thing, wrap them around. Actually, I'll wrap one just because it's short and stubby, and not much else I can do with it. And then I'll leave one so all I did is just wrap it around here, right? And then I left one out with the intention that what I'm gonna do with the 18 gauge is create, I think, about there. So that's like maybe a finger's length is all I will need. And then what I do is create the L with both of them. And then stick my fingers between the hook there, wrap it around. This is a little bit tricky. I've never done this part before with two. Actually, I don't like it. I think it's using two is too much. So I'm gonna clip all that off. And then, so now we have 2/3 of a finger length. And then we'll start and do the same thing. So we create the L, right, for the foot with both of them. And then from there, we'll do like an extra wide loop. And then from there, we'll just wrap. Wrap it around, and then this is what this is for, is just to tuck all that in. And what I did is just with the tip, curl it, and then just find some place to tuck it in. So the body of this looks beautiful. I was kind of lazy with the top portion, but it doesn't look so terrible. Plus, who looks at that part anyway? Maybe in the professionals, but this is just kind of a beginner's intermediate design wire wrap.